But it really feels like it's been a weird, not even summer. It doesn't even feel like it's been a summer.
No, like every couple of days here and there, you sort of get the kind of, it feels more like summer out, but really for the most part we haven't had much of it. It's been kind of a weird springish, fallish kind of thing.
So it's been about a month since we posted a video, and quite a lot's been going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest and sort of most recent is Pollock.
So we had to have her put down about 2 weeks ago. She had been struggling to walk a bit. Walk and jump. Well, first it started off, she was struggling to jump. And then she was struggling to walk, and we had a bit of difficulty trying to find a vet here.
Yeah. Being so remote, I mean, there's not a lot of them, and they're pretty jam-packed with clients. So, but we found one, and
we were actually recommended one by one of the ones that was full.
Yeah.
So, and they took us willingly. It wasn't incredibly close. It was about an hour and a half drive away, I think.
Yeah.
And so we got there, and I mean, she was great going in, and they did all the tests, they did x-rays and stuff, and in terms of things in general, she was in good health, but she had been very constipated, it turned out, which was causing problems, and then it seemed like she had an issue that was probably turned out to be a type of blood clot or something like that was going to be debilitating, and
give her a pretty low quality of life.
And so, I mean, we just kind of had to make a decision there, which was a pretty crappy one.
It's been devastating.
Yeah, it's been rough. I mean, she's been a huge part of things here with us for the whole way through, pretty much. So, and Remy's making it so much easier right now. Thank you. But yeah, it was really tough, and we've sort of been, because she's just been involved in everything we've done here. I mean, I know a lot of people probably look at cats and they go like, well, they're just lazy, they just sit around and do nothing all day, but this one was very, very much involved with everything we did here. And I mean, she came on Remy's walks, she came with us to work. The only thing she wasn't doing was coming to town with us, and we were actually sort of just starting to try and convince her to come with us in the truck, but she hadn't got that far yet. But yeah, so I mean, it's been a noticeable change here for us, and
a big adjustment for all of us.
Yeah, and even Remy, he's noticed. So so yeah, I mean, that was a real sort of shake up in things, and it's been tough. And I mean, it was great. A lot of people were sort of there along with us while we were going through it.
Thank you all so much for those.
And there was a lot of support, both financial through our GoFundMe and just the messages to say we're thinking of you and things like that went a really long way for us. So
really did.
So we really, really, truly do appreciate that from everyone. But yeah, it's been tough, and we're sort of learning to move forward, not on. But,
and it's an adjustment for us as well. You know, it sort of took the wind out of our sails a little bit.
Yeah, well, a lot.
Yeah.
But we have other things going on too that was leading sort of up to this, and that sort of, we had to put our focus on that, and that's part of why it's been a bit longer than usual since we've done an update here. And so we did want to sort of make that sort of the first announcement of what was going on here. But that aside, there's some sort of kind of non-doom and gloom stuff going on here. It's like, as we're moving forward with things, but it's kind of nature is not making it easy
No.
to progress.
Mother
in the way
Nature
we
is
want
angry,
to
I
this
think,
year.
this year.
So, but yeah, we're going to talk a bit more about the other things that have been going on. But,
For sure. So to maintain sanity, we frequently are taking Remy out for walks.
well, we do anyway. I mean,
We do
he has to
anyway.
go for a walk every day, a couple of walks every day.
But it does sort of get us out. One of the things that we have been doing is trying to cement, really, I suppose, for lack of a better word, no concrete involved, but the pathway into the property so that we can move stuff more easily in there. And clearing up little spots and things like that in there.
Oh, there's been quite a bit going on.
Yeah, it's been like...
So we've been sort of the continuation of the property line in. We've been sort of dropping down a bunch of trees if we can, and sort of moving a bit of deadfall too if it works, to just sort of continue on the corduroy road we were working on last year. We didn't really think it was going to be as necessary. Last year it wouldn't have been as necessary to have as much as we do, but this year it's even raining right now as we're walking down the road, but the rain just won't stop. And had we had the same kind of heat and weather here that we did last summer, we would have probably not been worrying about this at all.
100%. I mean, it has been like almost every second day at least. There's been some rain, whether it's been a lot or a little or what have you. It's been a very weird summer. Remy is stopping to try and look around. But yeah, it's
and I mean, it's not the, like, I think it's not the rain. We don't mind working in the rain. I mean, we're walking in it right now with the dog. It's not a big deal to us, but some of the tools that we have to use, the chainsaw and stuff, when it's actually downpouring and that sort of thing is tough. But then, so you don't really want to be using that sort of stuff. But it's also, we found a frog.
What's that, Remy? What is that?
All right, come on. Let's go.
Come on. You'll find another one.
It's also sort of just as I said, we were putting in this corduroy road because the sort of mud and everything just kind of keeps staying there. It's not drying out or anything, and we just can't rely on it to dry out at this point. So we've been doing a lot of sort of dropping trees. Well, we've had to actually cut trees for that. It's not just been sort of finding deadfall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge project, right? I mean, it's kind of frustrating that it's such a huge project because there's so many other things we want to be focusing on.
Yeah.
But it really feels like it's been a weird, not even summer. It doesn't even feel like it's been a summer.
No, like every couple of days here and there, you sort of get the kind of, it feels more like summer out, but really for the most part we haven't had much of it. It's been kind of a weird springish, fallish kind of thing.
I mean, even with the temperatures at night in late July dropping down to 5 degrees centigrade, which I mean, like I don't think I've ever experienced.
No, I haven't either. But I mean, that's it. Like, it's not every night, but we don't really get a lot of particularly warm nights either this year, which has been really bizarre, to be honest. But in any case, so we have been slowly getting that road put in there as best we can, and then we've also got we've been doing some clearing sort of off the regular path in there for a storage facility for some of our stuff that still needs to get back here.
Yeah. So I mean, so there's lots of little projects. We'll throw in some of the footage of us doing some of those things, so you can have a look and check those out. But yeah, the rain has been frustration for us. And the humidity has been really humid.
Yeah. I mean, the humidity is not irregular for Ontario. Like, that's not too out of the ordinary, but it has been quite intense at times.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
And the bugs have been quite bad. We didn't have to deal with the caterpillars this year, which is good. But,
yeah. I think we've seen one, literally one.
The mosquitoes have been brutal at times.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Raspberries are just starting to come up, so...
Yep.
And we'll sneak a couple of those on our walk. And probably this week we might even go and try and snag some blueberries too.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately not close by, but a little drive.
It's not far though.
Not far.
Still within this general vicinity.
Yeah. There's some more right there. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with us for the last little bit. And I know we've been pretty bad about filming and stuff. Just finding the mental capacity some days has been tricky.
Yeah.
But we've done it. We are getting there. We are working on a couple of videos that will be coming out soon. But the best way to sort of keep in touch is by following us on social media. So either on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or ideally on Patreon, where we do tend to post a lot more sort of behind the scenes stuff and quite a lot more frequently. So please feel free to check out those links down below in the description of this video. And if you'd still like to help, the GoFundMe for Pollock is still open, and that is also down in the description of this video. So thank you so much for watching and sticking with us, and until the next video.
Far from the city strife, under stars and endless skies, we found our better